మా స్కూల్ సైన్స్ ఫేర్ కు లిమ్కా బుక్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్ సాధించింది.
నా పెద్ద మనవరాల్ని అన్ని వసతులతో క్వాలిటీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అందిస్తున్న స్కూల్లోనే జాయిన్ చేశాను.
ఏ స్కూల్ సార్ అది?
ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసరీ స్కూల్. క్వాలిటీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లో నెంబర్ 1, కల్చరల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ లో నెంబర్ 1, స్పోర్ట్స్ లో నెంబర్ 1, క్యాంపస్ లో నెంబర్ 1.
చదువులో, తెలివితేటల్లో, ఆలోచన విధానంలో, నాయకత్వ లక్షణాల్లో వారు ఏ రంగంలో ముందున్నారో గుర్తించి విజేతలుగా నిలపడమే ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ ప్రత్యేకత. పాలకొల్లు పట్టణంలో ఉన్నత విద్యతో పాటు భవిష్యత్తులో బాగా సెటిల్ అవుతున్న వారిలో అత్యధికులు ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యార్థులే.
ఇలా అన్ని ఉన్న చోట మన పిల్లల్ని చదివిస్తేనే వాళ్ళకి మంచి భవిష్యత్తు ఉంటుంది.
ఇక నుండి ఏ పిఆర్ఓ చెప్పినా వినను. ఉల్లంపర్రు మాంటిసోరీస్ లోనే చదివిస్తాను.
మీ పిల్లల బంగారు భవిష్యత్తుకు మాది బాధ్యత.
అడ్మిషన్ల కొరకు సంప్రదించండి. మాంటిసోరీస్ విద్యా సంస్థలు ఉల్లంపర్రు. ఫోన్ 222206. బ్రాంచెస్ రామారావుపేట. ఫోన్ 224200. కొడిగట్టు. ఫోన్ 228800.
Good morning students, this is Annamis. Today next chapter we are revising from our 10th chemistry part is periodic classification. Students, this is the periodic classification. You are very fun with this chapter. You will play with the elements by arranging the elements and by reading the properties, and we have to say which element possesses which nature. Okay, coming to the periodic classification, first this classification attempted by the scientist Daubeney. The first classification attempted by the scientist Daubeney. How? To classification means we have to take some basis, no? So, for example, you will write the exam. On what basis you will sit and write in the examination hall? On according to your hall ticket number. On that basis you will sit and you will write the exam. In that class, how you will sit? According to your height wise you will sit it. Same thing here also, we are arranging the elements according to some basis. So here Daubeney classified the elements on the basis of atomic weight. Are you clear? The Daubeney classified elements, this is very important, classified according to the atomic weight. So according to atomic weight, he grouped elements into small groups he arranged. Small group, I said small group means it consisting of only 3 elements. That's why he named each group as the triad. We also call it as the Daubeney triad. Daubeney triad means he arranged 3 elements according to basis of atomic weight, and he arranged in the ascending order. How he arranged those 3 elements means, this is very important. Daubeney triad definition, listen carefully. The atomic weight of middle element is equal to average of first and last element. Are you clear? The atomic weight of middle element is equal to average of first and third element. He taken 3 elements and he arranged in the ascending order. And what rule they will follow means, the atomic weight of middle element is equal to atomic weight of first element, average of first and last element. That's we call it as the Daubeney triad. Coming to the example for Daubeney triad, it is number of times asked you. LINAC is the running example. LINAC means 3 elements: lithium, sodium, potassium. Lithium, sodium, potassium symbol not P, students. The potassium symbol is K. So lithium, sodium, potassium is the very running example for Daubeney triad. 2 more examples I am giving you: chlorine, bromine and iodine. And 1 more example is calcium, strontium, barium. Are you clear? So these are the examples for Daubeney triad. Daubeney classified elements according to atomic weight. That's each group consisting of 3 elements. That's why we call it as the Daubeney triad. What the Daubeney triad states means, Daubeney, this is very important 1 mark question, students. So the Daubeney triad states that the atomic weight of middle element is average of first and third element. Examples for the Daubeney triad: lithium, sodium, potassium, this is 1 group. Chlorine, bromine, iodine is 1 more group of example for Daubeney triad. Calcium, strontium, barium. Okay. But this Daubeney triad failure. Why means, what are the limitations of the Daubeney triad means, up to what elements known when the Daubeney classified, this triad he didn't applicable for all the elements. It is failure for lower mass elements higher mass elements. It is failure for 2 low mass elements and 2 high mass elements. And also it is failure to find the exact atomic weight. So at that time the atomic weight exactly didn't found, that's why it is not applicable. Whenever technology developed, they find the atomic weight exactly, then it is failure to applicable. So Dobanian triad is failure. Next classification attempted by the scientist Newland. He also classified on the basis of atomic weight. He also arranged the elements into small groups, each group consisting of 8 elements. That's why Newland classification we call it as the octaves. Why means the group consisting of how many elements? 8 elements. Means what he stated, what the Newland's octave states means, the Newland octave states that the properties of first element resembles to its 8th element. The property of first element resembles to its 8th element. Again, the 8th element properties resemble to its starting element. I will give the example for Newland octave. Hydrogen, its property resemble to fluorine. Next, fluorine properties resemble to its 8th element, chlorine. And one more example, lithium. Lithium properties resemble to its 8th element, sodium. Again, sodium properties resembles to its 8th element, potassium. Okay, this is about the Newland octaves. So, Dobanian classified according to atomic weight, Newland also classified into atomic weight. But Newland octaves applicable for up to exactly it is applicable for the element 20th element calcium. After the calcium, the Newland octave will not applicable. That's why Newland octaves failed. At that time, actually in your textbook, Newland octaves is applicable for up to 56 elements. Are you clear? Up to 50 it is applicable for 56 elements. Then after it is not applicable. That's why Newland octaves failed. Okay students, Dobanian triad failed, Newland octaves failed. Next, the classification attempted by the scientist Mendeleev. Its classification we call it as the periodic classification. He drawn a table. Mendeleev also classified on the basis of atomic weight. Mendeleev also classified on the basis of atomic weight. Please listen carefully students. Dobanian atomic weight, Newland atomic weight. Mendeleev also classified after the periodic properties resembles according to on the basis of atomic weight. But here Mendeleev drawn a table. In that table there is the horizontal rows and vertical rows. Horizontal rows, vertical rows. Horizontal rows named as the periods and vertical rows he named as the groups. So coming to the Mendeleev's periodic table consisting of 7 periods. Coming to the vertical rows, he classified vertical rows into 8 vertical columns. He named it as the groups. So Mendeleev periodic table consisting of 8 groups. Again that groups divided into subgroups. For example, first group, 1A is the second subgroup, and second group 2A is the its subgroup. Like that he drawn 16 verticals. Mainly 8 vertical rows called as the groups. Again those vertical groups consisting of subgroups. So coming to the finally Mendeleev periodic table consisting of 7 periods, 8 groups. 7 periods, 8 groups. Again those groups consisting of subgroups. Next, he by arranging the periodic table, elements in the periodic table, he kept some gaps in the periodic table. He assumed that he think that in future, he believed most strictly, he believed that there is future some more elements they will find it which consisting of equal properties wherever he kept the gaps. So in that gap, he named those elements as eka-boron, eka-aluminium and eka-silicon. Eka-boron, eka-aluminium, eka-silicon. Then Mendeleev's dream came through. Later on, it is for new elements are found which are exact properties. In the place of eka-boron, they introduced the scandium. In the place of eka-aluminium, they introduced gallium. and in the place of Eka boron, they introduced scandium, Eka aluminium, gallium, Eka silicon, they introduced germanium. Are you clearing? Eka boron, Eka aluminium, Eka silicon are the Mendeleev's gapping elements, but in that place, which element they found it? In the place of Eka boron, they introduced scandium, Eka aluminium, gallium, Eka silicon, germanium. Are you clear? These are the three important bits, students. Okay, next. In the Mendeleev periodic table, there is the anomalous pairs. Anomalous pair means more atomic weight precedes the less atomic weight. Anomalous pair is the side heading you have to keep it. In that, we will find the Mendeleev periodic table. Higher atomic mass elements precedes the lower atomic mass elements. That's we call it as the anomalous pair. Example, tellurium and iodine. Tellurium and iodine. And Mendeleev classification helps us to correct the atomic weight or atomic mass. It is used to us to correct the atomic weight. According to his periodic table, they corrected the atomic weight of gold and platinum. They corrected the atomic weight of gold and platinum. So coming to the according to Mendeleev, the formula of atomic weight is equal to actual weight into valency. Actual weight into valency. This is a very important formula. According to Mendeleev's, atomic weight is equal to actual weight into valency, that is the corrected atomic mass. These are the main features of Mendeleev periodic table. Once again I am reminding you. So Mendeleev classified the elements by arranging the periodic table. In Mendeleev's periodic table, 7 horizontal rows named as the periods. So Mendeleev periodic table consisting of 7 periods and it consisting of 8 vertical rows. So that's a Mendeleev periodic table consisting of 8 groups and 8 subgroups. Next, he kept some gaps in the periodic table and he stated that he believed that some more elements in future they will discover. So his dream came true and later on they discovered some elements. Those are with the elements, scandium, gallium, germanium in the place of Eka boron, Eka aluminium, Eka silicon. Next, anomalous pairs. Next, he corrected atomic mass. Okay, these are the main features of Mendeleev's periodic table. Coming to the failures of why this Mendeleev periodic table failed. This Mendeleev periodic table, students, failed. Why means due to the anomalous pair. In his periodic table, we find the anomalous pairs means more atomic weight he placed before the less atomic weight. He arranged the elements according to the atomic weight, but we find it more atomic weight is precedes the less atomic weight. That is the main failure of Mendeleev's periodic stage and missing of elements. Missing of elements or missing of atomic weight. Missing of elements are mismatching the elements. Mismatching the elements. In group 1A, he placed lithium, sodium, potassium. Group 1 and its subgroup is 1A. Please listen carefully. Mendeleev periodic table consisting of group 1 elements are lithium, sodium, potassium. In group 1A, he arranged copper, silver, gold. These two are dissimilar in properties. So in Mendeleev periodic table, we observed that dissimilar elements are placed together. That's why Mendeleev periodic table failed. Okay students, up to now we discussed about the Dobania triad, Newland octave and Mendeleev's periodic classification. These three classified according to the atomic weight. Then the scientists mostly stated atomic weight is not the correct exemption to the classification of elements. Atomic number is the correct examination for the classification. So mostly stated that according to atomic number we have to classify the elements. Thereafter, modern periodic table classified according to the electronic configuration. So the classification of the elements or the periodic functions of electronic configuration is the modern periodic classification. Are you clearing? The periodic properties of the elements classified according to the electronic configuration according to our modern periodic table. So this is the very important topic, students. Basic on the modern periodic table. Coming to the exam point, there are 2 essays. There is a chance to get 2 essays from this topic. So please listen carefully about the modern periodic table. Coming to the modern periodic table, the elements are classified according to the electronic configuration. Again, this is the table means it consisting of horizontal rows and vertical rows. You know that horizontal rows are known as the periods, vertical rows are known as the groups. So coming to the modern periodic table, periods. The periods, how they classify periods means according to the main cells. You have the idea about the atomic structure and about center is the nucleus. Around the nucleus there is the orbits. Bohr stated that those orbits are the main cells. Those main cells are named as the KLM. So first main cell elements come under the first period. Second main cell elements come to the second period. Like that, our modern periodic table consisting of 7 periods, 7 horizontal rows. In our modern periodic table, how many horizontal rows? 7 horizontal rows. So it consisting of 7 periods. The first period, first main cell, how many elements? Only 2 elements. Those are hydrogen and helium. The first element is in the first period, it starts with hydrogen, ends with helium. The first period consisting of 2 elements, those are hydrogen and helium. Second period means second main cell. How many elements? 8 elements. Starts with lithium, ends with neon. Second period consisting of, students, 8 elements. They are from lithium to neon. Third period, 8 elements, sodium to argon. Fourth period, 18 elements. They starts with potassium and ends with krypton. Please carefully observe here all the periods ending with helium, neon, argon, krypton. Now fifth period, 18 elements. Starts with rubidium, ends with xenon. Sixth period, 32. It is the longest period. This is one more question. Which is the longest period? Sixth period is the longest period consisting of 32 elements. Starts with cesium, ends with radon. Are you getting? So helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. All periods ends with these elements. These elements are called as the noble gases, inert gases. So all periods ends with the noble gas. Are you clear? This is very important. The periods ends with noble gases. The periods classified according to the main cells. So coming to our modern periodic table. Modern periodic table consisting of how many periods? 7 periods. First period how many elements? 2. Second period how many elements? 8. Third period 8. Fourth period 18. Fifth 18. Sixth longest period 32 and the 7th period is incomplete. The 7th, which period is incomplete? 7th period is the incomplete. This is about the periods in our modern periodic table. Now coming to the vertical rows. Okay students, now coming to the groups. Our modern periodic table consisting of 18 groups. How they classified these groups means according to the subcells. In the elements while writing the electronic configuration, the differentiating electron enters into which subcell? According to that, they arranged into the groups. In groups, all the elements consisting the differentiating electron enters into the same subcell. So, in our modern periodic table, there are how many groups? 18 groups. According to the differentiating electron entering, they classified the groups into 4 blocks. That is S block, P block, D block, F block. The differentiating electron enters into the subcell S. Those block elements we call it as S block elements. P subcell, those we call it as the P block elements. I will give the examples for S block and P block. See for example S block, hydrogen, 1s1. The differentiating electron enters into S subcell. Coming to the P block, I am writing the element oxygen. What is the atomic number of oxygen? Yeah, 8. So configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 6. See the differentiating electron, the lowest electron enters into the P subcell. So the elements which the electron enters into P subcell, those as the p block elements. So p1 to p6, p1 to p6, the electron which enters in p1 to p6 subcells, orbitals in p subcell, those all come under the p block elements. The elements which will come under the next helium 1s. Here also the differentiating electron in s subcell, in hydrogen also differentiating electron entering into the s subcell. Same thing sodium, atomic weight 11, means neon 3s1. Neon 3s1. See the last element entering into s subcell. So that's why the element in which elements the differentiating electron enters into s subcell, those are called as the s block elements. In which elements the differentiating electron enters into p subcell, those are called as the p block elements. In which elements the differentiating electron enters in d subcell. From where onwards d subcell will start? Yeah, first scandium, titanium, vanadium, these all elements the differentiating electron enters into d subcell. So those we call it as the d block elements. Next, f block. The differentiating electron which enters into f subcell, those are called as the f block elements. Coming to the d block, how many elements in d subcell? Yeah, 10. F block 14. P 6. S subcell only 2. S orbital 2 electrons. P orbital consisting of 6 electrons. D orbital consisting of 10 electrons. F orbital consisting of 14 electrons. So these are called as the s block, p block, d block and f block elements. So coming to a modern periodic table, how many groups? 18 groups. Again those 18 groups classified into s block, p block, d block, f block according to the entering of differentiating electrons. So now coming to the 18 groups, s block elements occupy 1a group, 2a group elements are called as the 1a group, 2a group elements. Their configuration ends with ns1, ns. 1a group elements. 1a group, will you say the 1a group elements? Yeah. Hydrogen to cesium. The configuration ends with 1s1, 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1. From hydrogen to cesium, the configuration ends like this. So ending with s1, so they are placed in a 1a group elements. Coming to the 2a group elements, their configuration ends with s2. That's why general configuration is ns2 for group 2a elements. So 1a 2a combined groups we call it as the s block elements. Next, p block elements. P block elements starts with 3a to 8a, or we call it as the 13th group to 18th, or 3a to 8a. Here 3a group, the p block element starts with boron, hydrogen, helium, next lithium, beryllium, next boron starts with p1 and ends with neon, p6. It starts, 3rd A group configuration starts with np1 and 8A group elements ends with np6. np1, np6. Are you clear? So these all in the 3rd A, all the elements configuration ends with 2p1, 3p1, 4p1, 5p1. 4A group elements ends with 2p2, 3p2, 4p2. So all ends with p2. In 5a all ends with p3. 8a all ends with p6. So the 8a group elements is also called as noble gases or inert gases. Why means their configuration ends with ns2, npc. In 8a group or 18th group, their electronic configuration consisting of ends with ns2 and np, general electronic configuration of noble gases except helium. Except helium, all noble gases configuration ends with ns2, np6. That's why, see how many outermost orbital electrons? 2 plus 6, 8. That's why these noble gases are called as the octet configuration. Octet elements, by which they consisting of octet element electrons in their outer shell. They are consisting of octet configuration. So coming to the modern periodic table, there are the 18 groups. In first A to A group elements we call it as the s block elements, and we also they named as the 1A group elements we call it as the alkali metals, And 2A group elements we call it the alkali earth metals. Students, please, they will ask you one more questions. And 3A we call it as the boron family. 4A we call it as 4A group elements, or 14th group elements they call it as the carbon family. 5th A group elements named as the nitrogen family. 6th A group element starts with oxygen, chalcogen family. 7A group starts with fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Those are called as the halogens. And 8th group or 18th group elements, they are the noble gases or inert gases, or we call it as the octet group elements. Are you clear? So this is about the name of the 18 groups. Okay students, coming to modern periodic table, it consisting of 7 periods and 18 groups. In 18 groups again S block, P block, D block and F block. Up to we discussed S block being placed in 1A and 2A groups, and P block elements they placed in from 3A to 8A, and D block elements they placed from 1B to 8B. So what about F block elements? And one more students here, S block and P block elements combined we call it as the representative elements, and the D block elements we call it as the transition elements. Now coming to the F block elements are called as the inner transition elements. Where we will find these F block elements means in the periodic table down there is 2 horizontal rows. Those are called as the lanthanoids and actinoids. Lanthanoids consisting of 14 elements, those are 4F block elements. 4F block elements, 14 elements from atomic number 58 to 71. The atomic number 58, first F block element at the first lanthanoid group element is cerium and ends with deuterium. Its atomic number is 71. Cerium to deuterium, 14 elements called as the lanthanoids. Coming to the actinoids, which consisting of 5F block elements, F block elements. In that 5F the configuration ends with differentiating electron enters within the 5F group or 5F block, we call it as the actinoids. It starts from thorium and ends with lawrencium. Thorium atomic number is 90, the lawrencium atomic number is 103. So lanthanoids, actinoids. 4F block elements are called lanthanoids, 5F block elements are called as the actinoids. Okay, so this is about complete picture of our periodic table. So horizontal rows periods, vertical groups, and down 2 horizontal rows, those are called as lanthanoids and actinoids. Okay, now coming to the after complete picture of modern periodic table, and one more students, the modern periodic table classified according to the electronic configuration. Now I will give the, now we are applying to the element. They will give us the atomic number and we have to find the exact position of the element in the periodic table. How? Now we are applying it. Here one example I take it. They given the atomic number is 30 and they ask for these all questions. They given an element atomic number is 30. Find its electronic, write its electronic configuration in periodic table, in which period it will belongs and in which group it will belongs. What is its valence electrons, what is its valency, and what is the group name and which block element. These are the complete information about one element. We have to find it. They given atomic number is 30. Atomic number 30 means we have to write the configuration. What is the configuration 30 means? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. Okay. Will you say the element name? Atomic number 13 means what is the element name? Yeah, aluminum. Atomic number 13, the element name is aluminum. Its configuration is 1s2, after filling 1s, next 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. So, see here 13 elements are there. 4, 10, 12, 13. Are you clear? This is the way of writing electronic configuration. Now, we have to find its period and we have to find its group. So, in this configuration, you have to underline, see here 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Which number is more? Yeah, 3. 3 is the more. Only 1 3 is there? Yeah, 2 3s are there. So, these two you have to underline it. Last two, if the only single is there means okay. If same number 2 means you have to underline those two. This number on last you have to take it 3p1. This number indicates which period that element belongs. This number is 3. So this element, atomic number 13, the element is aluminium. Aluminium belongs to which period? Third period. Now we have to say the group. Which subcell? Group will decide the subcell. Subcell will say the element belongs to which group. It is ending with P1. P1 means before there is S1, S2, P1. So it belongs to third A group or 13th group. Third A group or differentiating entering in P subcell. Starting subcell P, starting orbital in the P subcell. So that's why it is the 3A or 13th. So 3A or 13th group element. What is the name of that group? Yeah, group name is boron family. Its group name is the boron family, and the differentiating electron ends with P subcell. That's why it belongs to which block element? Yeah, P block element. It belongs to P block element. Then after valency electrons. Valency electrons means the electron present in the outer cell. Here how many cells are they see? First cell, second cell, third cell. So this is the third cell in the outermost cell. So how many electrons in the outermost cell? 2 plus 1, 3. Are you clear? So how many electrons present in the outermost orbit? That's we call it as the valence electrons. So valence electrons is 3. If valence electrons 3, valency also 3. Valency means the combining capacity. When the atoms will combine to form the molecule, the combining capacity of the atoms we call it as the valency. The students please remember here, the valency electrons up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Valency also 4 only. If valence electron 1, valency 1. Valence electrons 2, valency 2. Up to 4 like that. If the valence electron is more than 4, we have to subtract it from 8. If the valence electron is 6, valency becomes, valence electron is 6. 6 is the more than 4. So we have to subtract it from 8. 8 minus 6, 2. So the valency is 2. Like that we have to find the valency. Like this we have to, this will come in your 4 marks question. They will give only atomic number. These are all questions raised you. So please practice this. Okay students, this is the after learning periodic table we are applying to find the position of the element in the model periodic table. Okay? Okay students, in next class I will revise you the periodic properties of atomic radius, ionization energy, electron affinity, electron negativity, positivity, and it is metal or non-metal. About from this information, how we have to say these are the properties will vary in the of the elements in the periodic table. Okay students, thank you for paying your attention.
ఉల్లంపూర్ మాన్సో స్కూల్లో అటు డిజీ క్లాసులు ఇటు ఐఐటి క్లాసులు సమర్థవంతంగా నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు. ఈ స్కూల్ నుండి 10 మంది డాక్టర్లు, 8 మంది చార్టర్డ్ అకౌంట్లు, అనేక మంది ఐఐటి ఎన్ఐటిలో చదివిన ఇంజనీర్లు ఉన్నారు. అంతేకాదు ఈ విద్యా సంస్థల్లో 10 రకాల కాంపిటీషన్ ఎగ్జామ్స్లోని విజయకేతలు ఎగరేశారు. 4 స్టేట్ ఫస్ట్లు, 40 టాప్ 10 ర్యాంకులతో పాటు 13 మంది గోల్డ్ మెడల్ సాధించారు. ఒత్తిడి లేని విద్యను అందిస్తూ అటు జాతీయ స్థాయి స్పోర్ట్స్ ర్యాంకులతో పాటు ఇటు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ర్యాంకులు సాధిస్తున్న ఏకైక విద్యా సంస్థ ఉల్లంపూర్ మాంటిసోరీ స్కూల్.